Welcome back, everyone. My name is Patrick. You're watching the Fanatic Rundown. What an absolute roller coaster of a day for the Edmonton Oilers and Edmonton Oilers fans. We found out this morning that Ryan Nugent-Hopkins had an illness, so he was unlikely to go tonight, and he, of course, does not end up skating. It looked like the Oilers were going to go 11-6 once again. Noah Philp emergency recalled yesterday to get the Oilers to 11 forwards. But then a shocking report from insider Chris Johnston posted on Twitter tonight saying that Connor McDavid was expected to return, and he does indeed return tonight. However, the news didn't end there. We later found out that Jake Wallman would not dress for the Edmonton Oilers tonight, so they end up going 12-5, 12 forwards, 5 defensemen. It results in Brett Kulak getting a career-high 29 minutes and 4 seconds on a night when the Oilers had 5D. That stat coming from Jack Michaels there. An excellent night for Brett Kulak, an excellent night for all 5 defensemen stepping up. Connor McDavid has a triumphant return with 3 assists tonight as the Oilers pick up the 4-3 victory over the St. Louis Blues. Connor Brown, 2 goals, including the game winner with 21 seconds left for the Edmonton Oilers, following an amazing opportunity for Nathan Walker that he stopped on, and the puck goes back the other way. The Oilers find a way. Connor Brown, like I said, burying his second of the night. If your first name was Connor, it was an excellent night for you. Connor Brown, 2 goals. Connor McDavid, 3 assists. The Oilers, a 4-3 victory over a St. Louis Blues team that has been absolutely red hot as of late. Unfortunately, the Edmonton Oilers don't get the extra help they needed from the Anaheim Ducks tonight. The Ducks beat the Flames, but they do it in overtime, so the Flames still pick up a point. So the Edmonton Oilers have still not clinched their playoff spot as of yet, but I'm hoping when they take on the San Jose Sharks on Friday, the Oilers will be in a position to do so. But for tonight, the Edmonton Oilers with a very impressive 4-3 victory over the St. Louis Blues. Taking a look at the game summary here, Ryan Suter scores for the St. Louis Blues, shorthanded at 8:44 to give the Blues a 1-0 lead. Jeff Skinner, poor Jeff Skinner, hit a rough night. To start this play before Ryan Suter scored, Jeff Skinner gets hit in the head, and then as he's going back defensively to try and help stop Ryan Suter, he gets tugged on by Robert Thomas, I believe it was. So 2 missed calls against the St. Louis Blues. Ryan Suter goes in, beats Calvin Pickard, scores shorthanded, gives the Blues the 1-0 lead. It was 1-0 Blues after 1 in the second period at 1:30. Connor Brown with his 10th of the year from Connor McDavid ties the game 1-1. Vasily Podkolzin with his 8th at 12:39. Great move in front of the net. Beats Jordan Binnington. Jordan Binnington was definitely in the thick of it tonight. A lot of rough stuff, especially in the first period. Corey Perry and Jordan Binnington were going at it. This is 2 teams that, as we've mentioned a few times over the last couple of videos, do not like each other, and it was another rough one between the Oilers and Blues tonight. It always seems that Corey Perry is in the thick of it as of late for the Edmonton Oilers, so that's great to see. As I mentioned, Vasily Podkolzin from Darnell Nurse and Connor McDavid at 12:39 puts the Oilers up 2-1 going into the third period. 14 seconds into the third period, Jordan Kyrou ties it for the Blues from Pavel Buchnevich and Robert Thomas. It's 2-2, and then at 1:41, Victor Arvidsson puts one in off the post from Brett Kulak and Darnell Nurse, giving the Oilers a short-lived 3-2 lead. Pavel Buchnevich at 5:25 from Jordan Kyrou and Robert Thomas ties the game at 3, and that leads to Connor Brown at 19:39 with 21 seconds to go from Connor McDavid and Evan Bouchard, his 11th on the year, giving the Oilers the 4-3 lead and the 4-3 victory. The Blues would get another great opportunity after that, so another huge save from Calvin Pickard. He has just been absolutely stellar for the Edmonton Oilers this year. Calvin Pickard has given the Oilers everything they need and more, and he's stepped up here in the absence of Stuart Skinner. We should expect to see Stuart Skinner on Friday against the San Jose Sharks. I don't know if he'll be starting or just backing up, but this was probably Olivier Rodriguez's last game with the Oilers, at least for a while, so something to keep an eye on there. Overall, the Blues outshooting the Oilers 26-23 tonight. It was an excellent battle between Jordan Binnington and Calvin Pickard, two goaltenders that played extremely well. Both teams go 0 for 2 on the power play. So, yeah, not much special teams wise there for either team. This was really a game that was won 5-on-5. The Oilers struggled to hold on to the lead in the third period. You would have liked to have seen a little bit more pushback there, but like I said, the St. Louis Blues coming into this one red hot. The Oilers, despite getting Connor McDavid back, still shorthanded, playing with 5 defensemen tonight. So overall, this is just an extremely impressive victory for the team tonight. Really happy. As I mentioned off the top, the Oilers sweeping the season series over the St. Louis Blues. Not that they totally dominated them or anything like that. 4-2, 3-2, and 4-3 victories. If the Oilers and Blues do end up meeting in the Stanley Cup playoffs, it should make for one hell of a series. These 3 games during the regular season were a terrific battle. The St. Louis Blues, of course, without one of their top players in Dylan Holloway, and the Oilers missing Leon Draisaitl, Matthias Ekholm. We know the whole story here, but getting Connor McDavid back, just absolutely massive. He definitely sparked the team. Connor Brown with a huge night, 2 goals, as I mentioned, including the winner. Connor McDavid, 3 assists. Jeff Skinner, as I mentioned, felt bad for the guy. He missed a couple great opportunities. Got a misconduct in the first period after chirping the ref after missing those 2 calls on the first St. Louis goal. So a rough night for Jeff Skinner, but at least he can walk away from Rogers Place tonight knowing that his team picked up the 4-3 victory. So I think I'll wrap it up there for tonight, guys, but a lot of key players having a great game for the Oilers tonight. Connor McDavid, Connor Brown, Victor Arvidsson, Darnell Nurse, Brett Kulak, Calvin Pickard. Go down the list. This was a great team effort and a great team win for the Edmonton Oilers tonight. Let me know your thoughts on the game in the comment section below. If this is your first visit to the channel and you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing for all the latest Oilers content. You've been watching the Oilers Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan.